rules passed at the Department of Veterans Affairs could allow doctors to refuse to treat unmarried veterans, specifically female veterans, and Democrats. Because, of course, this is under new hospital guidelines imposed following an executive order from President Donald Trump. The new rules obtained by The Guardian also apply to psychologists, dentists, and a host of other occupations, including chiropractors, certified nurses practitioners, optometrists, podiatrists, licensed clinical social workers, and even speech therapists. Medical staff are, of course, still required to treat veterans regardless of race, color, religion, and sex, so far. And all veterans remain entitled to treatment, yet individual workers are now free to decline to care for patients based on the personal characteristics that are not explicitly prohibited by federal law. Language requiring healthcare professionals to care for veterans regardless of their politics and marital status have been explicitly removed. So, gone. It's just gone. And if you don't think that it, was done on purpose, you would be wrong. I believe it is very much done on purpose. Doctors and other medical staff can also be barred from working at VA hospitals based upon that same marital status, political party affiliation, or union activity. Documents reviewed by The Guardian show. So, yes, they can discriminate you from even working there if you are a Democrat, unmarried woman, or supported unions, or was even part of a union. That is insane. Absolutely insane. Now, what I keep referencing a executive order. Which one? Because he's put out a ton of executive orders. More so, I remember when Obama would do an executive order, but King Obama, how dare you? He's trying to take over authoritarianism. And then when Trump does numerous more executive orders than both Trump and Biden, I'm sorry, both Obama and Biden, sorry. When Trump does more of those, crickets, absolute crickets. I mean, insane. But anyway, VA officials cited the president's January 30th executive order titled Defending Women from Gender Ideology Extremism and Restoring Biological Truth to the Federal Government. Wow. Okay. Now, the primary purpose of this executive order was, of course, to try to strip most government protections from trans people because they hate trans people. They discriminate against trans people. And look, the VA, since then, that order has stopped providing most gender-affirming care. And they actually also banned the words gender-affirming and transgender from clinical settings. Yeah, these are the people that were, why are you getting so mad about words, man? Are now banning words. Of course. They're not allowed to use those words, but you know what? Using the R slur is fine for them. You see them using that all the time. Go over on, to X, or what was formerly Twitter, and you see the R slur everywhere. All right-wingers using it, of course. And then, of course, the T slur, they love using that too. It's just my free speech. But we're going to ban you from using the word transgender or even gender-affirming care. It's just disgusting, what they're doing. Now, medical experts said that the implications of these rule changes could be far-reaching. Quote, they seem to open the door to discrimination on the basis of anything that is not legally protected. And you can almost guarantee that they're going to continue to try to reduce what is legally protected. This is according to Kenneth Kaiser, the VA's top healthcare official during the Clinton administration. He said the changes open up the possibility that doctors could refuse to treat veterans based on their reason for seeking care, including allegations of rape and sexual assault, which is a problem in the military, current or past political party affiliation or political activity, and personal behavior, such as even alcohol or marijuana use. Oh, let me tell you, I know people who have been in the military. There is a lot of drinking that goes on. Okay, a lot of drinking that went on. And you want to stop them from having medical care if they've what? If they used to drink or if they drink? There's going to be a lot of people shut out. I'm just saying. Look, all of this though, I think it's Project 2025. Okay, that's it. To erase LGBTQ plus people. Okay, eliminating trans people, shutting out political rivals, shutting them off from services. That's it. They want to create a military that is bereft of anyone that has any sort of left wing leanings. Why? Because they want the military as their enforcers to enforce right wing Christo fascist rule. So you get all those people out. You get anyone who's left wing by saying, well, we're not going to cover you for your, if you like need health care, we're going to get you out. We're going to ban trans people from the military. We're going to do all of these things to get you out so that whoever's left agrees with us already. So it's that's what they're doing. All right. Now, in an email response to questions, VA's press secretary, Peter Kasperowicz, did not dispute the new rules allow doctors to refuse to treat veteran patients based on their beliefs, or that physicians could be dismissed based on their marital status or political affiliation. But said all eligible, that's very important, because they're deciding who is eligible here, will always be welcome at the VA and will always receive the benefits and service they've earned under the law. He said the rules changes were nothing more than a formality, but confirmed that they were made to comply with Trump's executive order. Kasperowicz also said that the revisions were necessary to, quote, ensure the VA policy comports with federal law. He did not say which federal law or laws necessitated these changes. And until the recent changes, VA hospitals' bylaws said that medical staff could not discriminate against patients on the basis of race, age, color, sex, religion, national origin, politics, marital status, or disability under any employment matter. Now, several of those items, including national origin, politics, and marital status, have been removed. Gone. Similarly, bylaws and decisions regarding medical staff membership no longer forbid VA hospitals from discriminating against candidates for staff positions based on national origin, sexual orientation, marital status, membership in a labor organization, or lawful political party affiliation. Dr. Arthur Kaplan, founding head of the Division of Medical Ethics at New York University's Grossman School of Medicine, called the rules extremely disturbing and unethical. It seems on its face an effort to exert political control over the VA medical staff. What we typically tell people in healthcare, you keep your politics at home and take care of your patients. Well, that was before. This is now. This is under a Christo-fascist dictatorship that they're setting up where, now suddenly we are absolutely going to discriminate against you if you're a Democrat or if you're not a staunch Trump-supporting Republican, or maybe was even a member of a union, much less, of course, being a woman, being a member of an LGBTQ group, being a part of that. We're going to discriminate against everybody that is not white, straight, cis. That's it. That's who they are. Okay. Kaplan said the rules opened the door to doctors questioning patients about whether they attended a Trump rally or declining to provide health care to a veteran because they wore a button critical of J.D. Vance or voiced support for gay rights. Those views aren't relevant to caring for patients, said Kaplan. So why would we put anyone at risk of losing care that way? Because this is all about creating essentially one-party rule. Okay. Not only is it about owning the libs, punishing the left, it goes further, right? But their entire worldview, of course, is owning the libs and getting rid of the LGBTQ plus people and anybody who does not support Donald Trump. And this follows that. Now, in interviews, veterans said the impact of the new policy would probably fall hardest on female veterans, LGBTQ plus veterans, and those who live in rural areas where there are fewer doctors. I'm lucky, said Tia Christopher. I have my choice of 3 clinics. She's a Navy veteran who reported being raped in service back in 2000. She added that under the new policy, some female veteran sexual assault survivors may have to register at a hospital in another region and travel more than 100 miles just to see a doctor. It could have a huge ripple effect, which again is the point. Now, as concerned, of course, as they were about the new policies themselves, medical experts were also equally worried about the way that these came about. In fact, sources at multiple VA hospitals, speaking on a condition of anonymity because of fear of retaliation, told The Guardian that the rule changes were imposed without consultation with the system's doctors, a characterization that the VA's Kasperowitz did not dispute. And there it is. Here we are. We got a government that has been erasing trans people, black people, hell, minorities overall. And it now is making sure that if you are not a member of the correct political party, their party, you might not even get treatment at the VA. I think this goes way, way beyond cancel culture, which I remember a time where they said, well, we don't like cancel culture. Now they're doing it. And are just punishing what they see is the wrong kinds of people. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.